So about his economic policies.
Okay, well, how do I kill you?
I'm the only one here. You can't kick me because this is what happened.
You can't escape my wrath.
Anyway, oh shit.
So,
Alright.
um, where we last left off with Aragon, the party had just arrived in Great Feather. You'd spoken with Intryr, and then after a few days and some encounters with some strange rat creatures and a masked individual, you eventually made your way into the carnival house, which acted as a secret entrance into this underground arena. You guys all went down into the cave network, and the party split off into two. You and Intryr went off into the main area of the Widow's Rancour, while the rest of the party went into the breeding caverns in order to cut off the arena's supply of spiders, essentially. And now we pick up with you and Intryr continuing to walk along the white silken carpet that leads from all these various tunnel entrances into what the fuck is happening with my music? And into the main vomitorium for the arena. And my music is broken. Hold on, why is my music broken?
It's fine. Take time.
I don't really want to use, because like some of the links, some of the videos that I use have ads and others don't. So I'm kind of trying to like whittle down and get rid of the ones with ads.
Yeah, it's why I like using the built-in Albert one at this point because it doesn't play the ads even if it has
I know, but not everyone has
which
owlbear.
Yeah, that's the main thing that's annoying.
Okay, there you go. That sounds haunting enough.
That's terrifying. Let's go.
So yeah, as I was saying, you and Intryr, like he's just kind of like holding your hand and leading you along as you continue to step on like the almost like spongy, soft silk carpet. Still dozens and dozens of tiny, almost speck-like spiders scurrying across her and over your boots and up your legs, which you aren't exactly enjoying, to say the least.
Yeah, he is. He's definitely like got a shiver up his spine and just all the fucking spiders. He'd probably, as they are walking, turn to Andrea and he's just looking up at him, trying to ignore the probably hundreds of little feet crawling all over him. And just sort of looks up at him and says, "So, what's the what actually is the plan then? It's
Well,
our end."
well, hold on, let me check what the plan actually is.
He pulls out a fucking notepad.
Yeah, Intryr just
Pen,
like reaches into
his
his
phone.
into like the folds of his like vestments and pulls out like a notepad and starts flicking through it. Well, I believe I have a route that will take us into the I believe it's called the Respite, which is where all of the fighters and warriors for the arena spend their downtime between fights, where we'll hopefully be able to have a conversation with Brown, and he'll be able to tell us a bit more about the arena and maybe what happened to your mother.
He sort of be nodding along to this, and he will probably stop. And well, not like stop walking, but like he'd stop. He wouldn't say anything. He just sort of look down for a moment or two, and then he'd look back up towards Intro, and he, I guess, would have almost like a little bit of the look on his face, as he'd almost have like this slight quizzical look on his face as he'd ask him, would it be worth trying to talk to some other people here as well? People who are forced to fight down here like me?
It may be, but I would believe that Bram will be our priority. But if we have some time and Bram can point us towards some people that he personally trusts, then we can definitely talk to some other people as well.
He gives a little nod, and he seems nervous, I'd say, but also like kind of, I guess, excited. Maybe not the best way to put it, but like he seems to be quite anticipating finally getting to meet Bram again. And I guess he'd just continue walking.
Well,
And on his weapon.
sorry?
Sorry, go
No, you.
on. His hand on his sort of like he's probably he would have his hand on his weapon. He'd have it ready, just in case.
Your mic's a bit scuffed. Would you know what might be causing that? Because you're just a bit muffled. So.
Is this hold on? Let me try something.
You should probably
Is this a little bit better?
You should probably learn to swim at this point, Leon. This happens a lot.
Is this a little bit better?
It is, yeah.
Okay, I am gonna have to lean like right up towards my laptop, so that's fine.
Oh, you're on a laptop. That's why the mic's shit.
Yeah, it's not brilliant. What I was saying was, I guess he'd probably nod and then continue walking as well, with his hand readied on his weapon, just in case if anything nefarious.
In case something evil appears.
In case a slightly bigger spider shows up. Because that would be bad. Very bad. Yeah, he would continue, I guess, following along.
Alright. The two of you continue to approach the have I actually described the doors yet?
I don't think so.
Oh, let me pull it up. Because I have notes scattered across like 15 different mediums. Let me find the notes on my phone.
I have the same issue.
But yeah, the two of you continue to approach like the wall at the end of this cavern, where there appears to be those like 50-foot tall stone doors almost carved into the wall, with the big like carvings above it that read the Widow's Rancour. And as you kind of approach the doors and get within like, I'd say like 20-30 feet of it, Intryr will just like slightly lean down and whisper to you about, so once we get in there, we will have to move quickly and avoid arousing attention. The guards can be very attentive, and we don't want the Mistress noticing us while we're here. Otherwise, that wouldn't be good for obvious reasons.
I can do quick. Stealthy might be a problem.
Well, just based on appearances, you do stand out quite a bit, if I do say so myself.
Strokes the little chin. Then because he had, I believe, a cloak from earlier, the cloak of
Yes.
billowing, which he will just pull over his head and yank down. It's like over his nose.
All right.
And then he'll like reach around blindly for a moment until he's able to grab onto Intryr, and he's just like, "Okay, but I can't see."
That's all right. I know where I'm going. God, I hope that she doesn't see us. I know how much like, I know what she is to you, and I know how much she terrifies you. The last time I was down here, I saw her from a long, long way away, and even from that far, she just, there's something about her I felt vulnerable. Like Sadio wasn't watching over me, as her presence stripped his from me. There's just something unsettling about her. I'm sure you can relate.
He would give a little nod under his hood and say, "Gee,
Hello?
all the people." Oh, hold on, I'm trying to think. Sorry,
That's alright. It's just that you said she.
she's a bitch. I,
Yes.
I'm trying to think of what I was going to. Like, then genuinely though, genuinely, she something is really wrong about this place. I will agree.
Yeah,
I never wanted to come back here.
it's hard to verbalize, but there's just something almost hallowed about this place, and it's very, is just the aura and vibe that comes with it is just, it's just icky and
I don't.
unsettling.
He points down to a spider on the floor.
Yes, and those. Surprised the
I
entire
guess
place. Surprised the entire place isn't covered in cobwebs at this point.
he peeks out under the hood a little bit. He's looking up and around just for any cobwebs. I do not want to walk into another one. I do not want to walk into another one. Ugh.
And as it's around this point that the two of you kind of like still amidst a very, not necessarily a crowd, but there's like a good number of people just like slowly trickling through the doors. The two of you pass through it. The two guards that are stationed on either side kind of just like quickly glance over you two, linger on Intryr's face for like half a second, but then quickly look away onto the other people passing through. You are quite familiar with these guards. You've seen them a lot in your early life. You recognize
Lovely. Oh,
you recognize the almost insect like carapace armor that they wear, like shaped into long, smooth, curving segments, compared to the like flatter and more angular designs used on the surface in heavy plate armor. And yeah, just generally, just being here is bringing back a lot of bad memories.
he would, I guess, hasten his step a little bit. Almost probably pulling Intro along, like just a tad. Like let's keep moving.
Intro squeezes your hand a bit just to reassure you. You know not to squeeze back, otherwise you'd probably break his fingers.
Yeah, no, I probably. Jesus Christ, I probably would.
But the two of you pass through. You can look on the owlbear if you want, but it's not really like much important going on there. It's just kind of like a visual
Just to see.
representation. Um,
Speaking of cobwebs,
I'm just gonna turn on the owlbear on the recording, just so that like people can see what it looks like. This is the first time I'm showing it off to the rest of the world.
yep. I love how because of like the thingy, I'm right
Sorry?
because I'm great.
Yep.
Uh,
But yeah, you and Intro just kind of like step in as both of you, like Intro just kind of like walks over to the kind of like almost like the wall at the edge of the stands part here,
yeah.
and just kind of looks down into the currently empty pit. And even though your vision is still mostly obscured, you recognize the spider webs littering like just plastered over large areas of the walls and floors, the large chunks of terrain that like break up the arena, as well as the massive pit of molten rock covered by a grate in the center. Just an area that you haven't seen for a long time and hoped you'd never see again. Now, here before you. But you don't have much time to linger, as Intryr just continues to like lead the two of you on, pushing through individuals of like dozens of different races, all dressed in the clothing of like various cultures and social standings. And he kind of like pushes through a gap between some of the seats and one of the statues into what appears to be a bathroom area.
Okay.
Sorry. As you kind of walk in, he quickly glances around the bathroom, and the bathroom appears empty. There's a bunch of like, there's like a really big trough urinal lying the wall, and like a few buckets of water, but like no actual plumbing here. It seems really shit and low quality because the arena doesn't care about its guests. But as you kind of like walk past, once again, Intryr kind of like constantly flicking his head around, trying to make sure no one's seeing the two of you. As he walks over to one of the walls, you see him like run his hand along the rough stonework, like almost like between the cracks of the bricks. As along where his finger traces, a soft red glow shines, and as he finishes, the glow gets stronger and stronger and stronger, as the stones seem to like pull apart and shift and move out of the way, as this brick wall pulls apart like Diagon Alley style, to create a small like 5 or 10 foot long tunnel into seemingly another area of the arena.
His
All right,
eyes would go a little bit wide. It's like, what? What?
I have my tricks, Aragon.
How
I,
long has this been here?
well,
He keeps like touching the edge of the opening.
well, the wall's always been here. I just know how to talk to it.
You don't have to talk to more. I'm not going to question it. I guess you
You
know how
learn
to
a few
talk to
things
walls.
after you learn things after a few hundred years.
He's nodding along, and
I
he's gonna look down there, look back to him, look down there, and just go. There are any spiders down there, right? I guess there are.
There's spiders everywhere. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Come on, and he just kind of leads you along, kind of like shimmying sideways through the little corridor that he's made.
Okay. Okay. Uh. Oh,
You also kind of just like force yourself along. The tunnel itself isn't exactly neat. There are some like little bits of stone and brick sticking out, but they kind of just like fall apart as soon as you like elbow your way through them. And then once you're out of the other end, you find yourself in a quite low ceiling but wide area, just littered with warriors, people with weapons, scrappy bits of armor sitting in corners, treating wounds, dimly lit, and you recognize this as the respite, where you yourself spent a lot of time. And you hear the stone grinding behind you as it seems the tunnel seems to almost reset itself.
and these guys are all reacting to us just walking in through the wall.
A lot of people seem to be like asleep or like in some kind of dissociative state. But there is like one small group of like goblins, like if you like about 10 feet to your right in a corner that are just staring at you in Intryr.
I give him a thumbs up and a smile.
One of the goblins gives like seems confused and almost like gives a slight wave back, and another one just like punches in the ribs and just like starts gibbering at him in goblin. And the two start arguing and then quickly return to silence, realizing that it's not worth wasting energy.
Let's keep moving.
I think that would be the best here, yeah. God. But yeah, the two of you just like carefully make your way through the room, avoiding as many people as you can. And as you're like, it's kind of like a long, like the layout itself almost seems to like curve around a large portion of the pit, of the fighting pit. So like the room like curves slightly to the right as you go around. And as you're walking, there's just like like so like words. I'm so words. Like you're very familiar with the area. You know like the menagerie of people that are here, whether by choice or kidnapped and forced to fight. And you can see a lot of people. Like there are lots of people like some seem to be like grieving or like crying. Some are just kind of sat in silence, not really doing anything, and you can tell that like the almost culture of the respite has not changed much since you were last here. It seems like the arena itself seems to almost bring a stagnation to everything it touches.
Oh god. Hasn't changed a bit.
Sorry?
Hasn't changed a bit.
Nope. If anything, it's worse because there's like the smell has gotten worse, and like there's more just like bones and like bits of rotting flesh like strewn along like the floor.
Lovely.
And as the two of you are walking, eventually you see resting back against the wall, comically large, almost executioner style axe, lying on the floor next to him, a extremely short but beefy Duragar, long white beard, eye patch over his left eye, I think, shaven head, like dark purple tattoos adorning large bits of his skin, just kind of like chatting and laughing in a loud voice to one of the guards who's just kind of trying to ignore him. And you know that this is Braum, your arena father.
Aragon probably wouldn't say anything per se, but he would just sort of walk over and wordlessly, I guess, hook him. Hopefully, he's not just going to try and like attack me, thinking that it's someone to like shoot him or something. But yeah, he would just probably wordlessly go over and he would just hook him. Taller. Hold on.
Sorry?
Who's taller out of the two of them?
You're both pretty much the same height.
Wonderful. Yeah, he would probably just go over to him and just hook him.
Axe wielding purple midgets.
God damn it! No, we are both. Jesus.
You have more similarities to him than you do to your mum.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
He can also fly.
Well, how do you know Braum can't?
True.
It's built different.
Plot twist. He's a dragon in disguise. He has been this entire time.
As you kind of go over and hug Braum, um, he seems to just like stop. He just immediately stops talking to the guard, and just like wraps both of his like arms around you as well, and just kind of like holds you tightly. As the two of you just share like a silent, wordless hug.
He'd definitely be sort of trying his hardest not to cry, but not doing so very well. And he sort of he would I'd say he probably wouldn't be able to find the words. So he sort of stops and he sort of like he's like wiping his face and he turn and nod towards Intryr. And just sort of do you want to say?
Hold on, let me stall while I try and think about what voice to give him.
Okay.
I still haven't decided. Alright, hold on, give me a minute. You can, like, go get... You want to take, like, a 5-minute pause here? Because I need to, like, think a bit about this.
It's fine.
Like, not just the voice, but
Yeah.
just, like, stuff.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm still looking at myself with my brand new light. Wonderful.
Sorry?
I'm just electrocuting myself with my brand new light.
Oh, right, awesome. Alright, just give me, like, 5 minutes. You can go, like, refill your water or get an apple or something, I don't know.
I'll just just tell me when I'm ready to continue.
Anyway. So, what were we doing again?
We just met Rome.
Yes, you did just meet Brown. You two hugged. You gestured towards Intryr, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Intryr doesn't seem to say anything. He's just letting you two have your little reunion. And then, as you're kind of hugging, Brown begins to just like quietly saying to you, "So, Aragon, how have you been? You're all grown up."
Well,
Not really.
I wouldn't say grown up. Yeah.
You're
I still have
bigger.
a lot of.
You're almost as tall as me
I'm
now.
not. Yeah. No, I've met some people.
That's good. That's good.
Very nice people. I stayed with um shit NPC names. Shit. Shit.
That's alright. What are
Oh,
you trying to say?
Oh, hold on. What is my? This entire plot point is about finding her, and I can't. Fuck.
Arasira.
My brain's blanking. Arasira. Fuck's sake. Um, I've been. I was with Arasira for a while, and I found some more people.
That's good. Who was Arasira then?
She's. Wait, hold on. What did you say again? Sorry.
Who was Arasira then?
Who or one?
Who's?
Yeah, the dragon. The
No, I know who she is,
dragon
but who?
lady.
I know who she is, but who is she?
Oh, okay. That confused me. Um, he's his face sort of falls as he looks the direction which they came, I guess, and sort of say, "The mistress has her. She's here somewhere."
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, good night. I'm gonna get her back. My friends, they promise. They promise. We're gonna get her back.
And if they don't, I will.
He's not.
I'm,
He gets a smile at this. He lights up by this.
You really think I'd let my arena son lose his mother? I mean,
She,
if she's my son's mother, I guess she's my arena wife.
technically, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Sure.
Okay.
Co-parents and all that.
You should talk to her after we get out of here.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe I feel like I should gather all my different parental figures in for a meeting of sorts because this is getting a bit confusing. There's a lot of you.
There's more.
I think I have like 3 dads now, including you.
Oh, wow. You're really collecting them all, aren't you?
Of course,
Right, well,
I'm gonna learn each and every one.
Intryr, what are you here for then? Well, like Aragon said, we're here to find his mother. So, you've been a big help in my, like, expeditions down here in the past, so we were wondering if you knew anything about where, um, to put it in the most simple way, slaves or trafficked people, where would they be, like, held, at least until before they were sent off elsewhere or used? Well, I couldn't see it, but, that she's definitely not down here, so I'm sorry, I'm not really sure. It's really nice to see you two, though. Um, well, Malfoy, and he just kind of like turns to the guard. Could you like give us some space? And he just like grabs his he almost like grabs the guard the forearm and starts like pushing him slightly. And the guard kind of looks around like, I'm not sure I can do that. And then Bram's like, please, I insist. And you see like his hands start to tighten slightly, and there's almost like some like very very faint cracking sounds as the guard seems like wince slightly in pain. And he just like nods and
Everyone's like glaring at him. All 3 of us are glaring at
yeah, and he just like
him.
nods and like tries to like start pulling his arm out of Bram's grip, but then Bram gives him like a really wide smile and says, "Thank you," and then lets him go. And the guard starts like rubbing his bracer, which you can now see has like big crack marks spread all across of it. Then he just turns around and walks like 30 feet off the way, and then starts. What's the what?
It's terrifying.
Yeah, he just goes off and starts like disciplining some other fighters
Yeah.
who seem to be misbehaving.
Nobody messes with Brown.
No, there's a reason he's the arena's prized fighter.
But
Well, now that we've got rid of our audience, I feel like we can speak a bit more freely now.
if she's not down here, does
Um,
that mean
no,
she's likely to be? That means she's likely to be.
closer to the mistress.
mm,
It's the only thing I can think of, lad. I'd offer to help. I'd offer to help you, but don't really know if I can leave the respite very easily. Security is kind of tight, and they'd notice if I went missing.
If we were able to give you a signal of sorts, and we were to give you a way to leave, possibly with some of the others here, would you be able to do that?
I'd
Say if at that point it didn't matter if the guards realised you were gone.
I'd be happy to help. I'd be happy to help, but I'm not really sure how the other fellas would feel about that. I'll talk to who I can, but unless you give me something to work with, then they won't really agree to empty promises.
Hold on. I'm going to have a. I need to have a quick look through my inventory just to double check if I have. Hmm.
Isn't it, by that I meant like they aren't just gonna like
Yeah,
they don't need like payment or whatever. It's just like you were a bit vague when you said like, oh yeah, a signal. Like if you give something more concrete that they can look for. You know what I mean?
a great question. I have the. I can't remember. Is it a ring on the bracelet? No, that's the
The
one that lets you.
the friendship bracelets.
Yeah, the friendship bracelets. Remind me, did they have like the ability to like not ping each other, but like did they react to each other? I can't remember if they did or not.
The way that they
It's,
work
it's
is while
always
you're wearing it, you can just kind of like choose to ping the other's location, and you just become like aware of it.
and does that create any reaction on the other side if you were to ping the location of the other one?
Nope.
Like is there like glow or anything? Nothing.
There's
Okay,
probably
okay.
something faint if you like study it, or if you like know if you're familiar with magic items, or you cast detect magic or something, you could probably notice some kind of reaction, but to the naked eye, probably not much.
All right. Hmm. I'm trying to work out if there's any way that I can get a signal down to this slot because I technically have telepathy when it's only 30 feet. Does the pie have anything else?
I mean, if you're standing in the crowd, your telepathy would probably reach.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And also,
Let me
Intryr
see.
also has telepathy to a longer range, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, he has 120 feet.
Then also to Intryr, I would query about the passageway that we just came through. Is it only him that can open that up?
It's a spell. Yes, he cast a spell to do it. He used I think it was mold earth. No, stone shape to essentially create a small passage in the stonework.
Okay.
No, never mind. It's instantaneous,
And
so it didn't actually close. Sorry, I didn't see that bit. It's still open.
all right. And how would that just stay open then?
It just stays open until
How long would that?
until it manually gets removed.
Okay. And I take it that's in a position where it's not going to be like immediately discovered by the
It's
guards.
like
It's
in
just
the
for a
back.
while.
It's like in the back corner of the respite. That's why Intro chose to enter through the bathrooms.
Okay.
It
Then
seems he's doing research on like the layout of the place as well.
I guess then I would tell Brom about that entryway in which that we have found that we've made. Sorry, not found. And basically, I guess I'd ask him if he could gather who would be willing, possibly to do a little bit of an uprising and possibly want to get out of here, to go through that corridor on a signal that we would send them, probably via telepathy, to basically cause as much chaos as possible and do what they do best.
Aragon,
And
Aragon, I love the plan, but I need you to be honest with me. Are you two here to take down the arena or just get your man back?
I'm getting my mum back, no matter what. And if in the process we can stop this and we can stop this from happening to anyone else, then I'm going to do that. I have to do that.
Okay. I I I'm looking more at you in Rira. I know that you can be very passionate about these things. You can't take down the arena. You just can't. It's got like I don't know the extent, but like they've got influence and power and connections to so many people and groups. You just can't get rid of them. Can't take them down. They're everywhere. It's a fool's errand to spend however long you've been at this, Mr. Priest of Corundum. It just won't work. I'm more than happy to help you get your mum back, but I want you to understand that you cannot take the arena down. I cannot convince the lads to help me with that. It's just not possible. I'm sorry to say it, but do you understand? You just can't.
Aragon say something. Probably say. I guess you'd say even if we can't fully stop them, we can slow them down. We can halt them, even if just for a while, and if that means that helps one person, 2 people, 3 people, then that's better
6
than
or
not
7
doing it
people.
in the first place. 6 or 7 people. It's better than not doing it in the first place. And if we can do something here today, then maybe some of the people here that still have families, friends that they've been torn away from, maybe they can find another life, like I did. I got out, and I'm back here, and I want to do the same for others. I want to help them. If anything, nothing else works. Remind them that someone broke free once.
Bram
And
kind of just like
people
laughs a bit and says,
leaving.
"God, you really got your mother's morals, didn't you? That woman." So your mic is really cutting out.
Sorry, I guess in response to that, he just gets a little bit of, he would get a little bit of a grin and it's like, yeah, I'm doing this no matter what.
You are your mother's son, I guess. Alright, I'll talk to the lads. See who I can get on my side.
Thanks. Thank you. To work. It has to work.
It
And I
will.
guess he'd go in for one for another hug. He'd go in and give him another very, very strong hug.
Bram also gives you
It's
a strong
probably one of
hug. And Intryr kind of...
This is one of the people.
You can see Intryr just kind of like... almost like wants to say something, because you can see that you two are about to like break each other's ribs. But like he doesn't say anything. He just kind of like steps over and also tends to like puts his arms on, like kneels down, puts his arms on both your shoulders.
This is probably like the one person Aragon can actually just hug.
Yeah.
Which is really sad, but also really sweet. Yeah, he'd probably be tearing up a little bit again at this point. So he'd wipe his eyes again, nod, and then say, "We should get going then." I'm meeting with the mistress.
Right.
And he's rattled. He's very obviously rattled a little bit, like, "Oh fuck, this is it's time." But he's ready.
I love you, kid. May the king be with you.
I love you too. One more hug. Well, come in, one more hug.
One more thing.
Yes.
Were you not saying one more thing?
No, I said one more hug.
Oh, one more hug.
One more hug.
Yeah, you'd also
One more hug.
like what Bram said. May the king be with you. That because he's also religious, but he worships just like the I'm pretty sure I've told you about this, but the kind of patron deity of the arena is called the King of the Spider Throne, and Braum is a believer in this.
Yeah. In response, he probably say, and may son will watch over you.
You and
He's
your
gonna.
Yeah.
I know they're dead gone, but still, goodbye. We're going now.
To be honest, my god's probably dead as well. No one's seen him in like hundreds of years.
A lot of dead gods.
Yeah.
It seems to be a recurring issue.
Someone should probably check in on them.
Yeah. Why did this go to? Okay, let's just.
And he points at Intryr. If I hear that something bad happens at Aragon, like at all, while you're on your little mission here, I will get out of this arena. I will find your fucking temple, and you do not want to know what I'll do to it. And you're gonna have a lot less limbs. I've never been good at insults. I don't know why I try.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
Don't lie to me, Aragon. Anyway, off with you, and he just kind of like waves his hand at you, gesturing for you to leave.
The one of us knows, and then I guess walk with Intryr towards the little pathway.
All right. The two of you head back the way you came, with less eyes on you this time, and people just kind of accepted it as a priest and a child in the respite now. You make your way back. Sorry.
I was just saying, not long. Sorry.
Yeah. You make your way back to the little entryway the little passageway that Intryr made. Once again, just kind of shimmy your way through. Does Intryr have like illusion magic or something to hide the hole? Okay, I guess now people will just have to like hopefully not use the bathroom.
Hold on. I have an idea.
Go on.
Can you make it like a really thin wall that they can easily go through? Just like with your stuff, like a thin wall of dirt. So, as long as nobody leans against the wall, it should be fine.
Let me check his spell list.
I mean, technically, if he has like Mulder or whatever spell he used previously, would he be able to technically?
That was a 4th level spell he used.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Hey, you still got stuff.
He's got more though.
Okay.
Well, I've got an idea, and he walks over to like one of the like broken down like stalls, just kind of like takes the door off like the busted up hinges that it's already barely hanging onto anyway, and just kind of like puts it in front of the passageway. All right, well,
That works.
Oh, that's good enough.
That works.
I
wouldn't know. Sorry.
I didn't consider this part of the plan. Yeah. Whatever.
I wouldn't know it was there. So.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's not saying much.
Let's go.
Let's go.
And he just kind of like, the two of you head out of the bathroom and back onto the stands. Back into like the main stands. As you just kind of like step out, one of the guards wearing their like, carapace-like armor steps up to you two and just kind of like stands directly in front of you, blocking your way. And he just looks down at you and up at Intryr, and says, "The Mistress has requested your presence. You are to accompany me."
Of course she has. He's just looking up at him. He's quite obviously nervous as all hell, but he's got a little bit of like a shake in his step. And I guess you probably would just sigh and give a nod to him and look up to Intryr and just sort of look of, are we going? Are we fighting? What are we doing?
That makes our jobs easier.
I guess.
Let's just go with him for now.
Right. Okay. I guess he would follow. I guess we're
Another two of his guard buddies kind of just like come up behind you too. Just to make sure you don't try anything funny, and just the three of them escort you through the crowd. All of the crowd itself seems to like paying a lot of mind to the two individuals being escorted by the guards, and they make like a wide berth around you as your little group just kind of like walks through the crowds over to one of the over to like another little gap between some of the seating area that is like up near the back of the wall. Like next to one of the statues, past another guard who nods at your escorts, and they begin to lead you up a set of long, winding, spiraling stairs. You reminder that you and Intryr both have telepathy, so you can just like communicate anything you want. So, at any time. So, is there anything you'd like to talk about on your way there, or?
I guess as they're going up, he'd sort of like say to Intryr that so what do we do when we find my mother? How are we getting around? Are we just going out the way we came? Are we just grabbing her and running? What are we doing?
I think grab and run is the way to go. I mean, you're very physically capable, and I can become quite distracting if needed.
Yep. What exits do we have? Do we just have the entryway which we have, or are there any other places you know?
You could probably go through it because you know that in the pit itself, one of the gates leads to the respite. Like this, if you look at the owlbear, if you are, no, hold on, what the fuck? This gate leads to the respite where the combatants are, and then all three of these gates, all lead to various sections of the breeding caverns.
If the rest of, would you be able to? Hold on. About how far away would you say the breeding caverns are, like from us? Like as we're starting this journey to head up to where the mistress is.
The caverns themselves depends on the route you take, because the gates lead quite directly into them. It's only about like a 5-minute travel into the main caverns from the gates. But if you took the route that the rest of your party did, it would be close to half an hour. So it depends on the route you take. But from here, if you manage to find a way through the gates, it's about 5 minutes to get to the caverns.
Alright, so I'm just trying to think if there's any way to get a message to the rest of the party. Because
If only you guys had a magical banana that could let you cast Sending at will, that would be really useful.
wait, do we? What?
No, Bo gave it to Abe.
God damn it! That would have been incredibly useful.
It is incredibly useful. It's a really
Yeah.
useful magic item, and Bo just gave it away.
Why did we give that away?
I don't know. He's not contacted you once with it. Probably because he's dead.
Okay. I guess if we can, we need to. And I'm really relaying this all to Intryr. I guess if we can, what we need to do is possibly, if we can, get into the arena from the mistress's box, like from the mistress's area, if my mother's there, get her, and then find a way to get down into the arena and possibly open up the gates to the breeding caverns. Because then, hopefully, the rest of the party will be able to meet back up with us, and then we may be able to get into the respite, or may be able to get through the respite, or just back up to basically back to our, because we know we have an exit through the respite, onto the upper floor if need be. So what we may want to do is get into the arena, opening up the routes for moving. I'm writing this down because I need to have this written down. I do apologize for taking so long on this particular thing.
That's alright. Thinking that your plan is important, and it's definitely not going to go to shit immediately because this is D&D and the plans always work.
Yeah, this is, this is not going to work. I hope it works. It ain't going to work. Okay, so if my mother is in the upper floors, get mother possibly drop into the arena so I can break the glass. Hopefully, I can break the glass and open gate. Let party through. Out through. Respite. Okay. I guess I relay that to Intryr. Like, does that sound like a good idea? And then, if necessary, you go a bit crazy.
Well, I
You
wasn't expecting
take
us
down
to
people.
visit the Mistress herself, but yeah, it seems like a good course of action if needed. And if push comes to shove, I'm more than willing to go crazy, as you say.
Quick question about telepathy, by the way.
Go on.
So, is I guess that that's Intryr. Is Intryr's telepathy site based, or
Nope.
like I know some mechanics? It's not site based.
If he
So
knows,
would he be able?
if you're within 120 feet and he knows you, if he's aware of you and you're within 120 feet, you can target you.
Okay, so is there any way he'd be able to, I guess, almost try and see if he'd be able to send a message to the rest of the party, or to a member of the rest of the party, or is that not?
Well,
Is that one make or break?
just for a bit of context, the Mistress's area is about 100 feet above the main fight. Is about 100 feet above the stands. So from the Mistress's glass floor down to the fighting pit itself is like 120, 130 feet. So the party would need to be within the fighting arena for him to be able to contact them from above.
What I'm saying is that so like on the way up, so as we're going up, so before we reach there, if we'd be discussing this because we're like on our way, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm basically asking is now, like right now, is there any way he can just trying to see if he's able to relay any of this to the party, or literally just the words "get through," like gateway into arena or something, and just hope that someone picks it up.
I'll try searching for someone, but I can't make any promises.
That's fine.
And you see him just like close his eyes and like scrunch his face ever so slightly, as you can see him like expanding his consciousness, trying to like lock on to any member of the party. And he
You can see him
spends,
expanding. He explodes.
yeah, he expanded too hard and he splatters sapphire flesh all over you.
Uh, I wake up from a bad dream. I'm a human laying in my bed in my home.
Yeah, he
So
spends
it's
the
all in a
rest of the
dream.
trip up the stairs, just kind of like focusing, trying to find a party member. And by the time he reaches the end, he just kind of relays back to you. Sorry, I couldn't find anyone. I think they still may be dealing with the caverns. Of course, I needed to burp right as I started
Oh,
talking.
well, shit. I guess just so he sort of like sighs, looks down at his hands, and he's just like, "We ball."
Indeed. Time to meet the devil.
I guess. Yeah. As we are heading, as we're about to get there, by the way, could I use my divine sense as we're heading on?
Sure. What does the divine sense give you?
The presence of strong evil registers over your senses like a noxious odor, and powerful good brings like heavenly music in your ears. As an action, you can open up your awareness to detect such forces until the end of your turn. You know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of you that is not behind total cover, and you know the type, that being if they're celestial fiend or undead, or any being whose presence is sensed but not its identity. Within the same radius, you can also detect the
Just
presence
letting you
of
know,
any.
doing it now in the stairs is kind of stupid because behind total cover.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, no. I guess as we're going in then, it's just sort of this thing that I'm more interested in is the second half, which is within the same radius you can detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated, as with the Hallow spell, or similar sorts of. Basically, I just because of what Intryr was saying before about how they were feeling about the place and how Aragon is feeling about the place, just in general, is there anything weird and wacky going on
Okay.
with maybe some sort of religious type thing, any holy or unholy power,
All right.
such as with Hallow?
As your little as you and your escorts kind of reach the top of the stairs and the platform levels out, there's a slight a little hallway before you enter the main room, and that is when you kind of pop your divine sense. You feel a almost you feel like a warmth just kind of emanate through the center of your chest and out into the reaches of your limbs, almost like the feeling of drinking hot chocolate on a very very cold day, and it just kind of warms you from the inside out, and your mind just expands, and you just sense, as you attempt to sense good and evil within an area around you, and as you do, there is just this heavy, thick, suffocating, noxious odor that permeates every inch of the air within the arena, and it feels very much as if, not necessarily if by the Hallow spell, but it is just cursed land. Just the mere presence of the arena here has cursed and corrupted, the geography here.
Wonderful.
And as you do that, you also sense a burning heat about 60 feet in front of you. A a sulfurous, burning hot presence.
Well,
Almost masked by some kind of transformation. As there appears to be a shapeshifted fiend in the room.
oh, okay, that's Are we stepping inside it? We got sneakies inside.
Real quick, I think my internet's dying. Because you're turning into a robot and the
Okay.
music's crashed.
Okay. I'm going to do this.
Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
All right. I'm terrified now. Well done. Okay, continuing with this hell that I find myself into now. No pun intended.
Okay. The music is
Okay.
not loading. There we go.
Fuck.
So, what was your reaction to the divine sense? Sorry, when you reacted, that was when you started turning robotic.
Yeah, it was just Jesus Christ, that's fun. So we sort of just, I guess, response to sensing. See, of course, you would have expected the noxious odor permeating from everywhere, because that's what this place is. He probably, I guess, would almost slow down a little bit as they come up to the door, sensing that sort of massive presence, and he immediately would go on guard, I guess, because that is not what he or I expected whatsoever.
Well, that's what
check.
happens when you use divination abilities.
That is not
You
at all
find
what I
shit you
expected.
weren't expecting.
So there's a fiend here somewhere. There's a fiend in the way. Wonderful.
So as you and Intryr, after your shocking revelation, the sense dies down after a few seconds. The warmth kind of just dissipates throughout your body as you return to your normal temperature, and the noxious odor that fills the air, as well as the burning, like sulfur-like presence, also just kind of like fade and dim until they're no longer noticeable.
Just one quick question. Can I sort of like, would I be able to sort of tell generally in what direction that presence was coming from?
Yes, I mean
So I get from behind the door, but like beyond the door, just
it
like
wasn't behind a door. It
generalized.
was like it's just an open hallway, but you were just about like 10, 15 feet away from where it opens into the actual main room. It would be hard to tell, especially since you're so new to having divine sense. It would have been difficult to discern exactly where, but there does appear to be like a small crowd of about like a dozen, like 12 to 20 people, kind of like concentrated in the center of the room. So it's likely from somewhere within that crowd.
Wonderful. Hmm.
I was not expecting you to do that. Now you know.
I have. I technically have one more casting of this, but I'm gonna save it for now
Yep.
until a better chance. I swear to God, if my brother's been replaced by the fiend, I'm gonna kill you.
No. But as you kind of enter the top box almost, the corridor immediately opens up into a large, almost like 6 feet diameter room that appears to be like hemispherical, like it's got a 20-foot high domed ceiling. The floor is made out of like glass and like that kind of like almost a spider web pattern, obviously, extending out from a central point in the middle of the room. That gives you
Hmm.
like a very nice view down into the main fighting bit. There are like about a dozen tables, like lining the edges of lining the outside of the room, filled with exotic foods and drink, each tended to by like individuals of various races, ranging from halflings to tabaxi, as well as on like the other side of the room there appears to be a live band on like a small platform that fills the air of the room with gentle instrumental music that isn't too distracting. And as you and Intryr kind of just look around all these almost working individuals, they all appear to have identical metal collars on their necks, as they appear to be enslaved.
Fuckers. My God.
Because these people are human traffickers.
Yep.
We're dealing with
I
those kind
am
of topics.
immediately. I am immediately searching and just looking around for see if my mother is here anywhere.
Make a perception check.
First dice roll. Let's go. This is gonna go horribly wrong. I completely forgot I'm actually not that bad at perception. But that doesn't matter. It's a 10. Can I use my inspiration die?
You may
And yes,
use your
already.
inspiration if you want.
No, I'm gonna say we'll go with the 10.
10. As you kind of look
But yeah,
around, you're mainly looking for the, obviously, the white reflective scales that adorn her body. But even in like the quite dark room filled with most like dark purples and blues and black, um, nothing of that hue seems to stand out, as she doesn't appear to be currently in the room. Not to
he
what you
just
can see, at
mumble
least.
like out under his. Yeah, he just mumble out under his breath. Fuck. I think we're still being led, by the way.
Sorry?
I think we're still being led in a specific
Yeah, you
direction.
are. The three guards continue to escort you towards like the center, where the small crowd appears to be. Most of the individuals in the crowd itself seem to be like upper class drow, from what you can tell from their like clothing and hair, and the like various like jewelry and accoutrements that they're all adorned with. This appears to be like the upper class place where the mistress invites all of her rich friends.
Ugh.
And they all kind of just like as the two of you are led closer, some of the drow individuals seem to turn around and just like start whispering and looking at you two very, very judgmentally, and like whispering to each other in what appears to be Undercommon. I don't know if you speak
At this
Undercommon or not.
point, let me double check. It would make sense if I did, but I don't know if I do. Also, at this point, I do speak it, and also at this point, I would probably have taken off. I probably would have taken down my hood. At this
All right.
point as well. I'm no longer hiding my face. I'm just like, yes, I'm here. Do you fucking deal with it? Not a
You can
brilliant situation, but I'm here.
Yeah, you kind of just like try and pick up like the whispers of conversation between them. It doesn't appear, yeah, like from the little snippets you catch, it appears to be like, what the fuck is that thing? Who are these two? Why are they here? Who invited them? Why are there guards with them? What's happening? Most of them just appear to be confused.
You just forgot me after this show. It's only been a few years, assholes.
But as you're kind of led closer, the drow seem to like part, and standing in the middle of the whole crowd is a very, very familiar drow with very, very short silver hair, like one or two braids coming off, several golden earrings adorning the pointed ears. As the mistress turns to look at you and Intryr through her translucent black veil covering her face. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Lovely. Okay. He is about to lose. He's just. Oh, I just want to make a point. That's a dirty 20. Okay.
Alright. Like not even like through some like magical or mystical effect. As she just looks at you, those years of like trauma and abuse and violence all at this person's hand all just come flooding back to you in an instant, as you were just like momentarily overwhelmed by just like I think it was like 8 or 10 years of just pain and fear and terror, but you managed to shake it off like the Taylor Swift song, and just push through and focus and look back at her.
I'd say
Your
he's
knees still
probably
trembling, but you're not afraid.
I'd say he's clinging onto Intryr quite tightly. He's like he is nervous. He is like he's feeling internally that he's not ready for this, but he sort of has that resolve that this needs to happen now. And so as she's looking at him, he I guess is looking. He's meeting her like directly meeting her gaze with just a look of defiance and just anger behind his eyes. And his like hand is sort of like itching to like reach back and just grab his weapon, but he's barely restraining himself, probably due to the fact two guards being like behind him. I think they're not like grabbing onto Aragon and Intryr, but they're like right behind him.
And like speaking of the guard, as you've approached, as you're now in front of the Mistress, two of the guards seem to like back off and go towards like the edges of the walls, and the one guard that was leading you kind of just steps behind you, just to like stay near you, but not to interrupt your potential dialogue with the Mistress. As she looks at you and Intryr, who's now placed his hand on your shoulder to try and like calm you and almost keep you steadfast and remind you of what you're here for. And I've forgotten everything about how to do a French accent. I spent 2 hours researching this yesterday.
no.
Fuck. Ghostverse is learning how to do a character voice.
It's fine, take your time.
I'm gonna go for like 2 minutes to watch it. How to do a French accent in under 2 minutes. So I should be gone for under 2 minutes because according to the video.
Don't get scammed. I'll see you in a minute.
I was practicing this as well. This is annoying me.
It's fine. Take
Alright, get ready for the worst French accent you ever heard.
Of course.
Of course, because this is D&D, we do bad accents here.
That is the whole point. Oh, oui.
Oui, croissant. Oui, little croissant. Is my music still working?
That's
Yeah, it is.
no.
Don't lie to me.
That's the name for Aragon's little croissant.
Oui, little croissant.
You're just making me think of the bloody French cat in World of IO. No, it's another D&D thing.
Alright. So, I've forgotten everything. You and Intryr,
What?
crowd, Mistress, guards,
We
heart
are now
attack.
staring. went out staring eye to eye and glaring at her. No clue what her facial expression is yet.
Well, look what the cat dragged in. You are Intryr and Aragon. Oui?
Where is she? I know you haven't.
You are in no position to make demands, little one.
I'm in every position to make a demand here. I've been fighting all of my life. You think I won't fight here and now?
Look,
Where?
we aren't here to shut down your operation. That isn't our goal. We don't like what you're doing here. We hate it. We hate everything about it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but we just want Arisera back. If you give it to us, we can go. We can make this nice and easy. No one needs to get hurt. Nothing needs to be broken. But if you ignore us or refuse to give us what we want, we can make a scene, and we will make a scene. Do you want us to make a scene?
You wouldn't want us. You wouldn't want any of your special party guests to. You wouldn't want anything bad to fall upon them, would you?
What do I care for rich elves? They are not my friends. I have my own friends. I have no reason. Well, I have.
I
I hate being French.
was gonna say is that one line I am now suspecting. I am very worried now.
I have no
Oh,
reason to agree to your demands. I can have you executed right here and now. I have plenty of guards. You are powerless here.
yeah. That's an annoyingly good point. I'm not saying that in character, just that is an annoyingly good point. I don't think we'll come back to that one.
Her facial expression is still hidden and indiscernible behind the veil. Her body language is giving nothing away. She appears cold, motionless, and scarily calm in the current situation.
I really don't want to reveal that we have a dragon, regardless of the fact that they may know already. I do not want to reveal that. But I'm trying to think of a comeback, and I annoyingly can't think of a comeback. Fuck.
What reason do I have to not call my guards? I can't say guards. Call my guards, and have them throw you into the ice pit. Force you to fight for us once more. You wouldn't like that, would you?
If you make me fight again in that arena, it won't be my blood that gets spilt. It will be yours.
Go on then. Why are you holding back so hard? I can feel your emotions. You're not hiding them very well. I can feel how much you hate me right now. Do it. Try. See what happens. See what happens. Sorry. I need to drop the H.
Every single word that she's saying is just making him more and more angry, which wouldn't be good. I'm trying to look at exactly how he's reacting. Because she's really, like, egging him on.
So
Which
one
is,
of your
as a
little
player,
tantrums. You love doing that.
Jesus Christ, man.
Go on.
He probably, at this point, he's like, he's digging his own sort of like claws into the palm of his hand, and he is just trying desperately not to do anything stupid. So, of course, difficult for him, being him. And I guess he looks to her and just, please, I just want back. What need do you even have for her? She doesn't fight. How can she be of any entertainment to you at all?
At this point, like the crowd that has kind of just been like centered around her has just been like backing away, as through their broken understanding of common, they kind of get that this is probably going to escalate, so they're all just trying to like back up. Some doing it nonchalantly, like pretending to go over and refill their wine. Others are just like looking down at the small angry child, really scared and kind of just like backing up. But either way,
Wonderful.
the crowd is very much dispersing around her. There's like a 15-foot radius around the three of you, where no one but the guard is.
And probably said, like, how was she reacting to that, though, with what he just said?
What you said, what you said about what use do you have for her?
Yeah, like, how was she? She's not even entertaining. She can't fight, so she wouldn't be entertaining. So then why take her? Why must we keep her?
Because of you, little one. You were so entertaining while we had you, and then you left,
That is
and now you're here, right where we want you.
I do probably snap.
Reminder that the
It's
guard
probably,
is about
yeah.
like 5 or 10 feet behind you.
Oh,
In your mind, Aragon, with your expertise and reliability in your own skills, you're fairly certain you could get a swing in before the guard could stop you. But and that part of your mind that's whispering, begging you to attack her, is just like saying, we could definitely get a hit in, so why don't we? Let's go for it. Let's kill her. Let's get her. She's just an elf. We can kill her. The guard can't stop
oh.
us.
She's not. She's so not just an elf. I have a sneaking suspicion about this, but Aragon does not. Um, I'd say at this point he's probably like he's getting incredibly frustrated. He's getting each one of those each one of her words is making him closer and closer to snap. In my head, there's almost like you know the thing that we talked about, the like
Yeah,
the drop thing. Not that, like, because of course, like that'd be what's called, but just like the my sort of my sort of like imagination for that with like any dust or whatever around him on the floor is sort of like crumpling slightly
yeah,
and sort of like moving and just like he's probably emanating at this point just
yeah. There is a like purple
anger.
glow building between all the cracks of your scales. Like in Intryr's and the Mistress's hair is just like lifting ever so gently, almost if there's a very very faint static charge, as well as like all the dust and like just and loose clothing is just lifting ever so gently as your rage continues to build and you're almost like subconsciously influencing the gravity in the room.
Swing for her, but he would take a step closer to her. Basically, he'd sort of like close the distance between them, and he'd reach up a hand, and he'd just sort of like, I guess as high up as he can, because of course he's not that. But what's the height difference there?
Um, well, she's not very tall either. She's like, how tall's Aragon? Like 4 foot, 4 foot 4.
Yeah, hold on, let me double check the character sheets. It may actually... yeah, I may actually have this down.
Because she's on the
I don't
shorter
need to be
end.
right.
She's on the shorter end.
I think he's like 4'5", something like that.
She's about a bit over a foot taller than you. She's like mid, like almost like 5'7" ish, I'd say.
Do you think? Would he then? I'd say he'd be able to grab her collar. He won't be able to really lift her up, I guess,
Yeah,
without literally
you
lifting
can
her
reach her collar if
her
you.
entire body.
Yeah.
But like, I'd say he probably reach up, grip her collar, and he's almost like his arm is trembling as he does it. And he almost pulls like her down a little bit, and he's just, he just don't make me mad again. I refuse to be your pet. I refuse to be your plaything. I want her back, and you will give her.
As you stepped forward and grabbed her collar, you heard like like almost like the like chinking of metal as the guard seemed to step forward and almost reach for his weapon. But you saw them. The other corner of your eye, you saw them as just like raise her hand, almost gesturing for him to stop, to let you continue what you're doing.
If you do not her back, I will tear down this cavern bit by bit, piece by piece. And I will find her, and I will be bringing her. Your choice descends fully or with the air filled with bloody mist.
If you want her so badly, why don't we bring her in? And she waves one of her hands, and you hear some scuffling and some slight muffled grunting as you look up and see two guards, each like an arm looped through your mother's, dragging her from a side room over towards the mistress. You see there's like a gag like through her mouth, preventing her from talking. She has a blindfold on. Her hands and feet are chained together, and she's just struggling ever so slightly.
I'd say he's still gripping onto her collar, and he looks over, he sees her, and he just immediately, he probably like let go of her almost immediately, and he just rushes over, or attempts to. I don't know if we're going to get fucking grabbed by the guard as soon as I try and move, but
Not so fast.
he moves over.
As you try and run, the mistress says, not so fast, little one." And just like out of like instinct, you kind of like hesitate for a moment.
Yeah, I turn to her, I guess. It's still ingrained into me that like response of obeying her.
And
What?
as you kind of stop and turn to her, she just like walks past you, not looking at you, and seems to like reach within the folds of her dress for something. It would not be fitting for our reputation to just lose someone, would it? And you see her pull out a small, like almost like a long wooden. That's an oxymoron. Like you pull out like almost like a wooden box, about 6 inches long, with what appears to be a seam running about 2 inches along it.
Do I recognize this at all as anything?
Um. Sorry, God, I'm so gassy. I don't know why. I can't get a sentence in. And she appears to like almost pull them apart, and you notice that it's just like a hidden blade. Like she just pulls out a knife essentially as she approaches your mother.
I am immediately diving on that bitch. I am immediately diving on that bitch. Fuck this shit. Roll for
I
initiative
want
or
you to
whatever, but
make
I am.
I want you to make an athletics check to see if you can reach her before the guards jump on you.
Oh, okay. Let's do this. This is a +5, and I still have my what's it called? So
You still have your inspiration.
hold on. I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to just have a quick look through my stuff real quickly. I'm not in combat, so I technically can't rage. Hmm. Hmm.
I mean,
I know that
can
that's
rage if you
not
want.
in combat. Could I rage? Because
Using
I have something. Go on.
hmm.
Sorry.
I think that because this seems to be more of like a quick gut reaction.
Yeah.
I'm not
That's
sure
fine.
because it's not combat,
Yeah,
and I feel like
the
I
thing
feel
in my
like
hand is like the 7th level stuff, the like instinctive pounce and stuff. Like, it's
yeah,
not. I don't have to specifically be in range, but like that type of thing is what he's doing. He's just immediately no like thought. Just he sees the blade and
sure, I'll
immediately
let you rage.
done. Okay. Okay. Hold on, I cannot hear the music. I've just realized.
I need to change the music anyway. It's
Probably.
still on scary cave ambience, but I need to make it suspenseful now.
Yes. Suspenseful. Wonderful.
Because the mistress has pulled out a knife and approached your mum. So I could think you can assume what
Mistress has
you
pulled.
can kind of see where this is going.
The mistress has pulled a shiv on my mother. Wonderful. Okay. This is actually terrifying. This is like I feel sick. Oh God. Okay.
Awesome.
I actually I know exactly what I want to do if I'm able to grab her, but I need to grab her first before I'm able to do that. So I'm praying that this works. Have you changed over the music, by the way, or are you like
There's
just
an ad on this one.
okay? I can't hear it.
I've paused it. I've muted it. I mean,
Okay, that makes sense. You still need to teach me how to use this because I need to. It is quite useful. I'm putting off doing this role because I'm terrified.
okay, new music.
I'm actually terrified. Why
So,
can I not hear?
you're raging, so make your athletics check with advantage.
Okay, this is with advantage.
Um,
Hold on. I'm going to pull something up real quick. So this is going to annoy me if I don't have anything. Because I can't hit Kenku for some reason, and I need dramatic music. So I'm pulling up Modify real quick.
can you not hear
So I can put
Kenku?
some. I can't hear Kenku. I don't know why I can't hear Kenku.
Do you have them muted?
No, I don't. I could hear them before. They just stopped a while ago.
Check your. Well, then I'll restart Kenku. Maybe I'll fix something.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is a very suspenseful moment.
No,
I'm being
it's
paused
alright. Like,
because
no, it's fine. I'd rather we make it feel better and take like 2 minutes just to fix the music that's not working. That's what the fuck? How did what? I had the music saved in my clipboard and I pasted it and it was different music.
What?
What?
Okay, they're changing your music tracks.
I don't like that.
Discord is being announced as well.
Do you hear that?
Come on. Nope, I don't see
Oh wait,
Kenku
no,
in the
I haven't
poll
actually
either.
added Kenku yet. That'll be why.
Yeah. Now they're in VC1. Yes, I can hear it.
Okay, so
Okay, so with advantage, and this is athletics.
Yep.
This is a +8.
I'll say the guards also get advantage because of
Possible-
multiple of them jumping you.
Okay. My roll is 21.
Okay, the guards. What is there? Alright. Guards got a 20.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, I guess I'm diving straight for her. I'm immediately. I'd probably say just trying to. I'm trying to. Yeah, I'd probably say I'm just diving straight towards the mistress and just trying to knock like it out of her hand. That is my goal. Is just get her away from the blade.
So as
then grab them up.
So as you lunge towards the mistress, like gut instinct feel the guards diving after you, but you manage to just like barely slide out of their grip and lunge towards the mistress, tackling her and slamming her into the ground.
Worried about the pace of tech?
Okay. Yeah. Adds.
Why
do they have to have mid rolls? I hate mid rolls in music. I'm fine with start at the end, but why mid rolls? But you manage to tackle her and slam her into the ground. You hear like gasps of surprise and shock from like all of the guests as you manage to like pry the knife out of her hands. And she doesn't seem to react. She just stares at you, like always, through the veil. Her face a mystery to you still.
The fact that she's unarmed, I'm moving towards my mother. I'm probably gonna get nabbed by guards, but I'm just immediately my beeline move is get hold of my mother. Because I have an idea, and it may be a really stupid idea, but I have an idea.
You manage to like dash the last like 5 or 10 feet towards your mother, but as you predicted, the two guards kind of dragged her in, step in between you and her, not necessarily attacking you, but just blocking you.
Okay, I have a question. Is everyone stood on the glass right now? Is where everyone stood glass?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, this may be really stupid, but I would like to sort of like seeing that they're between me and my mother and seeing that I don't know if I'd be able to find my way through them as there's likely to be more and so on. And I'm worried about this just getting back up. He would just look around, look to Intryr, give him a nod, and then look down at the ground, and I would like to use my breath weapon.
On the glass beneath you?
On the glass beneath me, the aim being to try and just shatter the floor.
Okay, just to reiterate on, because I'm not sure if I conveyed it well, but like the layout of the floor is almost like there's like traditional flooring, like, you know, wood or stone or whatever, in the shape of a spider web, and then the glass is kind of filling between those sections, so it's dozens and dozens of individual smaller sections of glass.
Okay.
Sorry if I didn't convey that earlier, because I don't get what you're trying to do, sorry.
That's fine. I'm trying to think about what's best here. I'm gonna think for just a moment. I am thinking about what to actually do now. Fuck, what to do?
As you're, because I just remembered Intryr can do something. As you're, like, stood there, for like half a second, standing in front of the guards, trying to think of what to do in your blind fury and desperation. You hear Intryr's voice booming behind you, louder than you've ever heard it. Because he's using thaumaturgy and speaking with his dragon voice rather than his pussy-ass human voice. As his voice echoes throughout the chamber. Return her. Obviously a lot louder and more intimidating than mine.
Yeah.
But all the guards seem like momentarily shook for like half a second as their attention shifts towards Intryr, who's kind of standing on his own.
You know what? Fuck it, can I try and barge past these two guards in front? Can I try and... I just want to, like, shove them to the side.
Alright, make a unarmed strike to shove.
Okay, my unarmed strikes are...
Does your loo roll make you feel good?
God, I need to find different music. This one is just not what. This one
What?
is...
What is this advert?
The ads on this one, I fucking hate them so much.
Hold on, I'm just double checking. Okay, so that makes it alright. That would be a 26 to hit.
That definitely works. And you managed to shove the... oh, sorry. You managed to like shove the guards out of the way and barge through them.
I'm just trying to put myself between basically anyone else and my mother. Where did they bring her out from?
Sorry?
Where did they bring her sort out from?
What it appears to be like some form of side room.
I guess, can I try taking us both up towards where that side room is?
Sure, you kind of like barge past the two guards and just like wrap your arms around your mother, kind of like hoist her up and start like walking back in the direction that she came from.
Yeah, I'd say at this point I probably... Yeah, basically, yeah, I'd be trying to make my way back sort of towards that room, towards any sort of cover, I guess.
Okay. Let me just quickly check what that does.
Also, I'm keeping my eyes on Mistress like the entire time as well. I am not sort of letting my eyes off of her.
Okay. As you try and kind of like barge past and get your mother to safety, you hear, just in the back of your mind, you feel the mistress's gaze on you once more. As you like dare to sneak a glance over your shoulder, you see her standing up, composure still not lost, as she looks at you, and just looks at you. And I need you to make another wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay.
As you feel, this time not your own kind of own trauma, but rather a external force trying to blanket over you and cover you and envelop your mind.
Nat 1.
And nat 1.
Nat 1.
Okay.
That's a nat 1.
As you...
Yep.
So you get an inspiration. And also inspiration for the roleplay earlier, because that was good.
Okay.
As you fail to save against the dominate person.
Oh, fuck.
As you just stop dead in your tracks, staring at her over your shoulder. And she just raises one hand up and beckons you back to her with one finger. And you find your body moving on its own, marching back towards her, your mother slung over your shoulder.
Hold on.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you failed that save, alright? You don't get to play the game anymore, I guess.
I'm under the effects of dominant person. What is she getting me to do?
As you kind of
I have
like
a sneaky
walk over
question.
to her, you. Oh, more ads! I fucking hate this. I thought there was no ads on this one.
Oh my god.
As you kind of like
Oh,
readjust your mother, now holding her almost like in a bridal carry, as you extend her out towards the mistress. Then she looks down at you, and again, your body just seems to be like moving on its own, following non-verbal commands. As you reach into your pocket and return the knife that you took from her. And she takes it in her hands, looks down at you, looks down at your mother, and with her one hand she pulls back the blindfold, and your mother finally gets to see you. She looks at you. You can see like relief and just joy in her eyes at being able to just see you and seeing her son again.
Question.
Yep.
I have a quick question, by the way.
Go on.
Whilst under the effects of this, I'm essentially backseated in my own body, correct?
Yep. You are screaming at yourself, like trying to wrench back control, but the spell is strong.
I have one request then. Do I still have control of my eyes?
Yes. I'll say you have control of your eyes.
I'm looking down. My mother's looking up at me with like relief. She sees me, and all she sees back is terror.
She clocks that, and her faith seems to almost sink. As she just like turns her head to like try and crane around. She sees Intryr, who you also managed to see out the corner of your eye, who's now once again sandwiched by two guards, unable to do anything. As the mistress seems to be taking her time with whatever she's doing, just relishing in the misery she's going to inflict on you, essentially. As she reaches out, like grips the back of Arasira's head with one hand to stop her from looking around, and just slowly starts dragging like the tip of the blade over her scales. It's like the slight grating sound of it just echoing through the air. As you're just powerless and forced to watch what she does.
Yeah, he's like internally almost trying to like scream out and try to do something, but I take it as well in the scenario I'm telepathy.
Yeah, your telepathy is also locked out.
So I'm just in a dark void of my own mind.
Yep.
Just there.
Watching through your own eyes as if they were a computer screen. As the mistress then readjusts the knife in her hand and then plunges it into your mother's eye. You can immediately hear your mother screaming in pain, although it's still incredibly muffled by her gag, as she just starts like writhing and shaking in your arms, confused as to why you're not helping her or protecting her. And at this, I will allow you to make another wisdom saving throw. Because normally it's only when you take damage, but Leon, you have inspirations.
I know, but also thematically this hurts so much more, which is good. So I'm gonna use one inspiration die. 18.
DC's 14, yeah. As after hearing just your mother's just cries of anguish, you managed to like wrench back control of your body. What would you like to do?
Say, even though he is now free of that, he wouldn't really be able to do. He'd fall to his knees, and he's just punching his mother as tightly as he can, and his eyes are just wide. I guess at this point, since he'd have control over he'd have control again. Intryr would probably get just blasted with what he was trying to do before with his cries. his like price from his psionics, not psionics, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like
telepathy.
his translate. Oh, what's this?
Select car.
What
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, he basically he just all at once get hit with him internally screaming for him to do anything, and he at that point he probably just looked down at his mother, and he's just like he almost begins like scrambling, trying to stop her bleeding.
As you kind of fall to your knees, you can see just like tears and blood streaming from your mother's eyes. The blood almost like seeping into the cracks between her scales, like tinting them red slightly. As you just like try desperately, like you tear off bits of your clothing, just try and like stem the bleeding. Your hands are shaking. You're terrified. And the mistress just stands above you, looking down at you and your mother.
He probably sort of he's like because he's in such panicked, frenzied state. He's trying to stop it. He can't stop it, and he turns his head's flicking around to Intryr, and he just screams out, begging for him to do something.
And upon you looking up and screaming at Intryr, you can see there's also just like a few tears streaming down his face. He just like elbows and and runs past his own guards, running towards your mother. His hands already glowing with with ruby-like light, as he just like grasps your mother's head and just starts like quietly praying to Sardior, as he appears to just be unloading as much healing into her as he can to potentially save her eye.
I'd also probably at the same time be I'd also probably at the same time be using my lay on hands. Like I'd have like my hands either side of her like head, holding her head up, and I'm just trying to do anything. I'll cast lay on hands. I'll use my lay on hands. I said cast, like cast. I'll use my lay on hands.
Alright.
I can restore 5 hit points. That is it.
Intryr has restored a few more than that.
Yep.
But as you're kind of both just like scrambling to just like heal your mother, Mistress just turns and takes a few steps away out of your line of sight. But you don't care about her. You don't care about the guards. You don't care about the crowd. You don't care about the arena. You don't care about anything. You only care about your mother, who's in front of you, bleeding out with potentially a permanently lost eye. Intryr is actually gonna burn like a few spell slots on. Sorry. Intryr is gonna burn a few spell slots on this, probably.
Okay.
As he looks up at you and says, Aragon, fucking get her, please.
He's continuing, he's kneeling there, he's trembling, he's looking down at his mother, and he's seeing the blood that's pulled from her eye, and that almost would like fill, I guess, his mind, it fill his sight. All he sees is that red, and he would lay his mother down into Intryr's arms, and he just whisper to him, I don't care what you do. Take her out of here. Get her home.
Oh well.
And he stands up, and he turns, and he will sort of slowly from underneath his cloak, he takes out his giant slayer axe. Okay.
God, I fucking hate these ads so much.
It's always in the worst
It's
moment.
actually,
It's like
though.
it's like the opposite of what happened during the Christmas one shot with like the
Actually, though.
perfect music. Like,
I
what's it
blame
called?
Fox. Fox stole my look 2 years ago, and he's still not giving it back. Shit like this always happens. It's actually his fault.
Yeah. Yeah, he stands up. He doesn't look at anyone else, and he just turns and he stares towards the mistress. I would ask now: is she like looking away from them? Is she just stood back?
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
He's just gonna take a swing. He's just gonna immediately. He's going to shout out just a cry of pain, of anguish, and just wipe at her with his axe.
Alright. I want you to make an attack roll with advantage, because you're an unseen attacker.
Are we saying I'm still raging?
Actually, no, fuck it. No attack rolls. This is drama moment. This is a narrative moment.
Okay.
As you pull out your giant slayer axe and just lunge towards her, you just like dash towards her at like top speed, swinging out in a massive arc with your giant slayer axe. As the blade severs cleanly through her neck, sending her head toppling and flying, rolling and tumbling across the ground a few feet, as her body sways for a moment before collapsing to the ground. But in this kind of like this moment, you're confused, like you didn't expect her to go down this easily. And then you look more closely, and from both wounds on the head and the body, the wound seems to not be leaking red blood, but rather a thick, sticky yellow ichor, as the head and body seem to almost start decomposing and melting and turning into just puddles of yellow goo.
This isn't her.
Or maybe it is, and this is what she's always been. As the yellow goo as you're standing there just kind of bewildered, still like grieving, like just a whirlwind of emotions like swirling inside your mind, just too starstruck to do anything at the moment, as the goo seems to almost like recompile itself and build itself up into a almost tree-like shape with branches that seem to fork and like bend at sharp angles, like snapping in random directions and moving rather jerkily, with one large red irised eye in the center of the almost trunk.
What the fuck?
As the mistress seems to return to her natural state. And I will send you an image
What in the hell?
of what this looks like.
If I recognize this like it's like anything, I'm probably gonna end up crying. It's about to be something absolutely fucking horrific. Are you sending this into Aragon?
Yeah, sure, actually. I will also add it for the viewers.
Okay. Oh, what the fuck? The fuck are you? He is just. Aragon is just like.
Yeah.
He's probably he's like incredibly sort of. Nope.
Nope.
Nope. No, music back.
I think my Wi-Fi's exploding.
I think I exploded. Oh.
I keep going now.
He probably. Yeah. He'd stumble, I guess, backwards, and he's looking up, blinking, like, just shock. And at this point, Can I use my other piece of my
Stay ahead in tech.
divine
Sharpen your
sense
competitive edge with plural.
as I'm just sort of staring?
Yes, you can.
At...
As you kind of like stumble and like almost like fall on your ass as you're like
Yeah,
trying to get away
I'm
from
on
whatever this is. Once again, that radiant warmth spreads out from your chest to the rest of your body, and like you ignore just the noxious foul smell that fills the air as you focus on that burning, fiendish creature before you, the same that you saw in the hallway earlier. As there appears to be a demon in front of you. And I want you to roll a religion check for me to see if you recognize what it is. Sorry?
I'm scared now. I'm scared now.
Yeah.
I have a -1 to it. Jesus, I really need to. I have a paladin
Take a
and
few
a
lessons.
zealot barbarian. I have a
Take
-1.
yeah, take like a crash course from Dawn or something.
Yep.
Yep.
You know what? I'll use my inspiration.
Using your inspiration on a 15.
Oh, remind me again. If I re-roll, do I have to take the second roll?
If you re-roll, you
don't
get to
remember.
choose which one. I think.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna re-roll on this 15. I need to know what the fuck is going on. I got 2 inspirations before I will use them. Yeah, we'll go for the 15. We'll go with 15.
Okay. I don't think. Yeah, 15 is good enough. From your limited knowledge of like fiendish creatures, especially demons, because they've never really been your focus. They've never really been your focus, you know. You recognize this to be a Yoklol. I'll send that to you in Aragon, how you spell that. And they are demons that typically are in service of Lol, the Spider Queen, or whatever the fuck her title is. And they will venture out of the abyss and take the guise of drow women and attempt to amass followers.
That makes sense, and is horrific. Lovely.
But something about that seems odd in your mind. It's the Lolth bit. You know that the Mistress didn't worship Lol. She worshipped the King of the Spider Throne. And something about that inconsistency just sticks out to you when you recall this.
Okay. That is... Okay, I've got only one plan here, and I'm going to, with my... using my, mind, I'm just going to sort of like talk to, Intryr, and just say, that is a demon. We need to go. This something else is going on here. We need to go now.
Are we going loud?
Loud.
Alright. And as you commune this, you hear the cracking of glass and stone behind you as you whip your head around to see Intryr's skin get covered in almost like forking sapphire patterns as his body seems to grow and stretch as his skin gets covered in sapphire-like scales as he turns into his true form of a young sapphire dragon and slams the ground, shattering the floor.
Yeah, I'm leaping back towards him as he does this.
Yep, and
I guess
he shatters the floor, all the glass and the kind of like spanning stonework breaking under his immense strength as he gets really annoyed at another ad
Ah,
Actually, it's always the most fucking cinematic moments.
yeah, it is.
Um,
This curse, I swear to God.
He scoops up Arisira in one hand as the floor just gives way. You hear like dozens of screams from the guards and the servants and the rich and the rich friends as they all just start plummeting through the air. As you manage to still leap over and like grab onto Intryr's main body, as his massive 20-foot wingspan just starts like beating the air with his heavy wings, slowing your descent. And you hear also screaming from like the main stands as a sapphire dragon broke the floor. There are people falling, and now there's a dragon
Yep.
here.
Yep,
As you've now gone loud,
we've gone loud.
and that's where we will end the session. I think.
Enough. Yeah, I think it's fair enough to go loud when a fucking demon appears. That's lovely. I didn't see that coming. Fuck.
Yep.
Ah.